Dems get awful Russiagate news, but Trump will love this. The Russia and Trump collusion investigation is failing to gain ground in proving President Trump was guilty of anything or had questionable ties. Democrats may lose a major source of fuel driving the investigation, according to the Washington Times. The Washington firm that hired Christopher Steele to write the controversial dossier has been subpoenaed by the House Intelligence Committee. Newsmax reported that the dossier has been a key to the investigation being conducted by special counsel Robert Mueller. A lawyer familiar with the probe considered the dossier to be the roadmap that Mueller was using in his investigation. What little we do know about the dossier is either unsubstantiated, impossible to prove, or is already public knowledge, according to The Guardian. One of the more controversial parts of the dossier alleges that Trump engaged in lurid sexual activities in a hotel in Moscow. Trump has adamantly denied this ever occurred, saying it's phony stuff. It didn't happen. He also mentioned that he's always careful when staying in Russia because they bug everything. I'm extremely careful. I'm surrounded by bodyguards. In those rooms, you have cameras in the strangest places. You can't see them and you don't know. One of the major issues with the dossier is that the bulk of the sources are anonymous and allegedly come from a wide array of highly secretive circles. Even if it was possible that these sources were all contacted and willing to come forward with such sensitive information, their claims have yet to be corroborated. There's also no way to possibly identify them after the fact unless Steele reveals his sources or they come forward a convenient problem, considering it makes it impossible to confirm or deny their claims. One cause for suspicion as to the validity of the dossier has to do with the reasons for its creation and who was hired to create it. Fusion GPS, the company who contracted Steele for the dossier, worked with Democrats in 2012 to conduct research on opposing presidential candidate Mitt Romney. The dossier itself was the result of Trump's opponents hiring Fusion GPS to obtain information useful in opposing him on the campaign trail, first by Republican opponents and then later Democrats. Considering the dossier was the creation of people wishing to defeat Trump at the polls, the information is already highly suspect. Perhaps most suspicious is the Democrats were, in essence, indirectly collaborating with Russian sources to obtain proof that Trump was collaborating with Russia to win the election. If proven true, this would mean Democrats themselves colluded to win the election. In any case, both Mueller and now the House Intelligence Committee are extending efforts to determine the validity of the claims within the dossier. The Republican chairman of the committee, Devin Nunes, issued a subpoena for Glenn Simpson, co-founder of Fusion GPS. Steele was questioned by Mueller's team to verify the dossier. The dossier has been a tough sell during the investigation into the alleged collusion between Russia and Trump. Both the CIA and FBI refused to even mention the dossier when they accused Russia of interfering with the election in January. In the end, this uncorroborated dossier, merely the result of a research effort by Trump's opponents to prevent his election, may very well be completely discredited once all the information comes to light, all as a result of the subpoena. I mean, let's put an end to this. We know what happened. We basically know. The average American knows what happened. This was a setup, and it was paid for by McCain for Clinton. That's all it is. It's a hoax. It's a hoax. And meanwhile, the American taxpayers are footing the bill for Mueller, and Mueller knows it's a joke. You think he's stupid? He knows it's a joke. But he has to keep this thing going because Hillary's telling him, keep it going as long as you can. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.